Positive mental attitude. Let's get real. What exactly is a positive mental attitude? Let's start by busting a myth. Positive mental attitude isn't about walking around with a fake smile plastered on your face or pretending everything's sunshine and rainbows, when it clearly isn't. That's not positivity, that's denial. A true positive mental attitude, PMA, is about how you choose to respond to life. It's a mental habit, a perspective, a conscious decision to focus on the possibilities rather than the problems. It means you believe in your ability to figure things out, even when life gets messy. It's realistic, resilient, and rooted in a desire to grow. Think of PMA as your mental compass. It helps you steer through storms, keeps your eyes on your goals, and gives you the courage to keep going when things get tough. Let's dig deeper. 1. Why PMA matters more than you might think. Your attitude is like the filter through which you see the world. Two people can go through the same situation and come out with completely different experiences. Not because the situation was different, but because their mindset was. Take this simple example. Two students fail a test. Student A says, "I'm dumb. I'll never get this." Student B says, "Okay, that sucked, but now I know what I need to work on." Which student do you think has a better chance of bouncing back? Exactly. PMA isn't about ignoring problems. It's about facing them with a different energy. An energy that says, "This might be hard, but I can handle it." And that shift can change your life in some pretty incredible ways. 2. The ripple effect. What happens when you embrace PMA? Once you start practicing a positive mental attitude, a few magical things begin to happen. Let's walk through them. 2.1. You become more resilient. Life throws curveballs. We all know that. But people with PMA don't get knocked down as easily. Or if they do, they bounce back faster. Why? Because they believe setbacks are temporary, not permanent. They believe failure is feedback, not a final verdict. They say things like, "What can I learn from this? What's my next best move? This situation doesn't define me." That inner dialogue is powerful. It helps them move through challenges instead of getting stuck in them. 2. Your mental health improves. When your thoughts lean toward hope, gratitude, and purpose, you naturally feel lighter. Studies have shown that optimism can reduce stress, anxiety, and even the risk of depression. Now, let's be honest. No one feels positive 100% of the time, and that's totally okay. PMA isn't about suppressing your emotions. It's about not letting them take the wheel and drive your life into a ditch. 2.3. You attract better relationships. Positive energy is contagious. When you carry yourself with confidence, kindness, and an open heart, people want to be around you. Whether it's in your friendships, work life, or romantic relationships, PMA makes you easier to connect with. You become the kind of person who uplifts others, not by pretending life's easy, but by showing that you can handle hard things with grace. 2.4. You make more progress toward your goals. People with PMA tend to set goals, take action, and stick with things longer. Why? Because they believe their efforts will pay off. They don't give up just because things get uncomfortable. They reframe problems as puzzles to solve. They stay curious. They keep showing up. And that consistency compounds into real growth. 3. But wait, is PMA just being naively positive? Fair question. Let's get this straight. PMA is not toxic positivity. It's not about ignoring reality or denying pain. It's about choosing a helpful mindset in the middle of reality. Let's say you lose your job. A PMA approach doesn't say everything's fine when clearly it's not. It says, this sucks, I'm scared, but I've made it through hard things before. Maybe this is an opportunity in disguise. What's one thing I can do today to take control of my future? That's strength. That's power. And that's what a real positive mental attitude looks like. 4. Where do you even start? How to build a PMA from the ground up. If PMA isn't something you're born with, and it's not, how do you start developing it? Here's a friendly step-by-step game plan. Step 1. Get curious about your thoughts. We have tens of thousands of thoughts per day, and most of them run on autopilot. If you're constantly telling yourself things like, I can't, I'm not good enough, this always happens to me, then those thoughts are building a mental prison. Start listening to that inner voice. Ask, would I say this to a friend? Is this thought helpful or harmful? Once you notice negative thoughts, you can start to challenge them and replace them with something more empowering. Step 2. Flip the script. Try this little exercise. Take a negative thought and rewrite it into something positive, but still real. Instead of, I'm terrible at public speaking, try, I get nervous, but I'm improving every time I practice. Instead of, this is impossible, try, this is tough, but I'm tougher. Even small changes in your language can lead to big changes in your mindset. Step 3. Practice gratitude, like it's a daily workout. Gratitude is a core part of PMA. It trains your brain to focus on what's working instead of what's broken. Try this. Each morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Be specific. The way the sun looked this morning beats my house. Do this for 30 days and watch your perspective shift. Step 4. Surround yourself with uplifting energy. People matter. The conversations you have, the content you consume, the environments you spend time in, these all affect your mindset. Choose to spend more time around people who encourage, not discourage, stories that inspire, not depress, spaces that motivate, not drain. You can't always control your environment, but you can make small choices that shift your energy. Step 5. Take action, even when it's hard. PMA doesn't mean sitting on the couch and hoping things work out. It's about believing things can get better and then doing something about it. Action fuels confidence. Confidence fuels momentum, and momentum creates change. Even baby steps count. 5. Real-life examples of PMA at work. Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times while trying to invent the light bulb, but he didn't say, I've failed 10,000 times. He said, I've found 10,000 ways that don't work. That's the spirit of PMA, finding meaning even in setbacks. Oprah Winfrey, born into poverty, abused, told she wasn't good enough, and yet she used her pain as fuel. She believed her voice mattered. And now, she's one of the most influential women on the planet. You seriously, if you're reading this, you've already overcome more than you give yourself credit for. Look back. Think about the hard stuff you've made it through. You already have the seeds of PMA. You just have to nurture them. 6. Quick daily habits to strengthen your PMA. Here's a little checklist you can use daily or weekly to keep your PMA strong. Start the day with one empowering thought. Say something kind to yourself in the mirror. Spend 5 minutes reflecting on what's going well. Do something that energizes you. Walk, music, coffee with a friend. Write down one lesson from any mistake you made today. Celebrate a small win, no matter how small. 7 final thoughts. It's a practice, not perfection. Here's the truth. PMA is a practice, not a personality trait. You don't have to be naturally cheerful, bubbly, or optimistic to benefit from it. You just need to be willing to shift your mindset and try. Some days it'll be easy. Other days it'll feel impossible. That's okay. Keep showing up. Keep choosing to believe in something better. Keep pointing your mental compass in the direction of growth, hope, and strength. Because your attitude, it's more powerful than any challenge you'll face. And here's the best part. The more you live with a positive mental attitude, the more you'll inspire others to do the same. Your mindset can create a ripple effect that spreads far beyond you. So take a deep breath. Smile if you can, and say it with me. I've got this. I'm growing. I choose PMA.